Hi, my name is Stephen Schmidt, and I work with a ministry called Love Packages. I'm the founder and director of Love Packages. It was the spring of 1975, and I had a little stack of Decision magazines from Billy Graham and a couple old Bibles and some devotionals sitting in the corner of my dining room. And every time I walked through there that spring, God pointed his finger at me and said, "Steve, you're wasting that." Well, I don't know whether you're like I am or not, but I argue with the Lord sometimes. And so I just said, "No, God, you know what I'm doing? So I'm going to put that in a filing cabinet, and I'm going to use it to prepare lessons and things like that." He said, "No, you're not. You're going to leave it sit there, and you're going to spill a Coke on it one of these days. You're going to throw it away." Well, I was talking to him. I said, "You know, Lord, who wants these things? I mean, these are 4 years old. I mean, who in America wants an old Bible? You know, but long story short, he made it clear to me that he wanted me to send it overseas. And so I wrote 5 men in 4 different nations. I wrote them and I said, "Can you use English literature? And if so, how much and how soon?" It seemed like the letters were only going a couple of days. The letters were back and said, "Yes, we can use as much as you can get here as soon as you can get it here." Well, I didn't know everybody had a bunch of stuff. You know, I didn't know that everybody had stuff all around. But as I would go to the Calvary Baptist chicken dinner or the Free Methodist pancake supper and talk with friends, they'd be saying, "What have you been doing, Steve?" And I say, "Well, I've been collecting these old Bibles and things and Sunday school literature from our church." And they'd go, "Oh, we've got a whole closet full of that stuff at our church. You know, could we bring ours over to you too?" And so all of a sudden people started bringing stuff. And that first year, my wife and I shipped 60 little boxes from the basement of my home, just little packages like this. But the second year, just by word of mouth, we sent 3.5 tons. And then the next year we sent 7, and then 11. And I outgrew the basement, went to the double-car garage, and each year it's grown and grown and grown and grown and grown. Now we're standing in the warehouses. We got 13,000 square foot under roof, and in the last 7 years we've sent right at or over 1,000 tons of literature every year for the last 7 years. Give you an idea what that is. That's enough for a literature for about 50 million people to read each year, first time. So we're standing at the beginning of the tour, I guess you'd say. And this is incoming mail. We get about 7 to 8 tons of mail a week from all over the country. If you look at the addresses, it's coming from all over. This one's coming from Maryland. That one's from South Carolina, Pennsylvania, Indiana, Oklahoma. But every state in the Union, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, Canada, Guam, people send us literature. Well, that was today's mail that we got. You know, like I said, we get 7 tons of mail a week. And then this is carrying. We have people every day that show up at our place. Today we had people from Missouri and Nebraska and Ohio that all brought us literature. This is our sorting area. When we get the mail or the carry-in, we bring it over here. It comes down this line, and then we take all these things out. We sort every piece. We take out all the Good Housekeeping magazines and love letters and electric bills, anything that gets in there. We take out all the cult material, all the Seventh-day Adventists and Christian Science and Mormons and all that kind of stuff, and make sure that it's good Christian literature that we're sending. We sort in 6 different categories, and so we're on the sorting room table here. We've only got one of these little Sunday school books, but this is the last 5 years, and so we'll keep that over on our shelves, and we'll max that up until we get up to make a class. We sort in 6 different categories. Bibles go there, books go there, reference material underneath, and we color code all those, which we'll show you in just a second. This is our color code, and so we sort in 6 different categories. And so Bibles would be black, books would be blue, red would be reference material, green would be Sunday school, purple is for magazines and devotionals, and orange would be for media, audio, visual things. And so that allows the people on the other end, when they get a 20-ton container, to know what's in the boxes without having to open all the boxes. So if you're looking for 50 cases of Bibles, all you have to do is look for black spots, and you don't have to open 900 boxes in order to find them. This section of our warehouse is dedicated to publishing houses. We get from 8 major publishing houses all the Sunday school literature at the end of every quarter. So we collect from the Assemblies of God, from Lifeway, from David C. Cook, from Union Gospel, from UMI, and various others. So all this material comes in, and then we match it up and sort it up. This stuff is the damaged product from the Southern Baptist, so it's got a crinkle cover, or there's something, they hit it with a forklift and knocked it over or something, and so we get it and then we match it up and make packages with it. We put so many students and teachers together, and then it comes to this banding machine, and we can just band it up just like so. And with a couple straps, this is ready to ship overseas. That's ready to go just the way it is. This whole area is also dedicated for the different publishing houses, and we get things in on these pallets, and so we have to match these things up. So sometimes we have it stacked all the way to the ceiling. This is just the beginning of the quarter or the end of the quarter, however you look at that. And so right now our warehouse is actually kind of empty, compared to what it usually is. Usually we have it stacked almost to the ceiling because it comes in a big wave, when it comes in, because of the end of the quarter. And then we have 3 months to work it, get it out. That's the reason why we always need a lot of volunteers. There's only 3 of us on staff here, and so we need a lot of people to come and help. And we've had people here from 5 to 93 years old that's worked these banders and helped pack boxes and books and Bibles and all those kind of things. So that fall in that category somewhere. You do probably. This is our outgoing warehouse. All the material has come down the line and has been palletized. Now, we don't keep it on the pallets. When we get ready to ship the container overseas, we'll unload all these and we'll hand stack it in each container so there's no space left. But we use this so that we can move the stuff around easily. In this warehouse, we work on 3 different loads at the same time. So there's a certain amount here that's marked off. We've got a load going out on Thursday going to India. This is our outgoing warehouse. All the material has come down the line and has been palletized. Now, we don't keep it on the pallets. When we get ready to ship the container overseas, we'll unload all these and we'll hand stack it in each container so there's no space left. But we use this so that we can move the stuff around easily. In this warehouse, we work on 3 different loads at the same time. So there's a certain amount here that's marked off. We've got a load going out on Thursday going to India. So all this that you see here in this one section is going to go to India. It's approximately 28, 29 pallets of material. So it's quite a lot of material. It's over 1 million pieces of literature in each load. Then the center section is going to go to Tanzania. I mean, it's not always Tanzania. Sometimes it's Liberia or, but we always working on 3 different loads. Then back in the corner, we keep accumulating Spanish until we get enough to make a load. And so we send 2 or 3 loads every year into Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, somewhere like that. So we're always working on 3 different loads in this warehouse. Now the stuff on this side is all coming in from ministries. We have this row here, it's all the same videotape from the 700 Club. So, you wouldn't want to send all them to one place. And so we call this our pull line. So when we get ready to send a load to India or Tanzania or to Thailand or whatever, we'll come through here and we'll take 2 of these and 4 of them and 6 of these and 2 of these and 4 of them and 7 and until it's gone. So we piecemeal it out so that somebody doesn't get all the same thing. Every week we ship 20 tons of literature out our doors. I give you an idea what 20 tons is. Well, it's 40,000 pounds, but it's more than that. It's over 1 million pieces of literature in each container. Now, the people that do the statistics tell us that every piece of literature that we put on the field, every piece that's in that container, is going to be read by a minimum of 20 people. So you get 1 million pieces times 20 million reads. Now, this year we're going to ship over 50 containers. We ship 1 every week. So it's over 1,000 tons of literature. So we're going to send 50 million pieces of literature times 20 reads is 1 billion reads. What's God going to do with 1 billion reads? I have no idea. But we do it by faith, and His Word says that He's going to send forth His Word, and it's going to accomplish the thing that He's purposed in His own heart. and it won't return into him void. And so that's why we do this. Our ultimate goal is we work every day for the purpose of keeping people out of hell. Ask, how do you pay for this? I mean, where do you get the money? Well, it's been a faith ministry since we started 38 years ago. We just believe that God's told us to do this, and if God's told us to do it, He's going to pay the bills, and He always has. There are some times we've shipped containers, we've only had $67 in the bank, but God's been faithful to bring us the money. Now we're going to send 50 containers this year, and each one of those containers cost us on an average of about $4,000. So you can see it's expensive. We need $200,000 just to pay for the shipping. That doesn't count the electricity or salaries or upkeep or maintenance on our buildings or forklift or fuel for the truck to pick up things. None of those kind of things. But God has been faithful every step of the way. It was really only one time that I was scared. I remember we only had this building at the time. We hadn't had the new building. And David C. Cook, which we have worked with for a number of years, called us up and said, we just bought Scripture Press, Accent, Echoes, and I don't know, 2 other publishing houses. And we have all these things in their warehouses that we're not going to sell. Would you want them? I said, yeah, I'll take them. And so they sent me 5 tractor trailer loads in 2 weeks. And so I had the stuff stacked in this warehouse here all the way to the ceiling, and I had little rat trails where I could walk around in. So I walked around, and I got worried that one day, and I thought, what have I done? What have I done? Oh my goodness, who's going to pay for all this? And God just stopped me, and He said, Steve, where's all the literature you had in times past? I said, well, it's all gone. And He said, and who paid for that? I said, well, you did. And so from that time, I've never really been worried about it. God's helped us every step of the way.